Welcome to the Mac Show on ESPN Radio. Austin Anderson, Chris Mina, and Mike Marutz. First topic of the day, Captain Kirk Heinrich rejoins the Bulls. 2 years, $6 million. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, since Derrick Rose is out for maybe the majority of the season, I think Kirk Heinrich will be great for filling it for him.
My only question is if they're going to go back to their old offense when Heinrich used to be on the team before he was traded.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, if you still need a shooter, I mean, you could have gone after Ben Gordon again, I guess, but he went down to Charlotte for Corey Maggette. I mean, I like the deal, I mean, because he's very versatile in the guard position. He's going to start as the point guard for this year, and then he's going to go back and play the shooting guard on the bench to replace Korver, and then next year he could even be the backup point guard. So it's an interesting move. I mean, Teague is going to be the two backup point guards for the future. But speaking of the future, our next topic is about the Bulls' future. In the near future, 3 years from now, Carlos Boozer could be amnestied from his contract. Nikola Mirotic from Croatia is willing to come over, and you'd lose a lot of money and lose a lot of cap money. So you could go after a player like Kevin Love, who is not happy in Minnesota. Do you like those ideas?
Yeah, I think Kevin Love would be good in Chicago, but also we don't know how long Luol Deng is going to be out with his wrist surgery. What if he gets hurt during the Olympics? We don't know. And then he's going to get wrist surgery with Rose and Deng out for maybe like the first part of the season. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully his wrist will be healed 3 years from now, but it could be, I mean, potentially, I mean, Noah and Deng could be expendable over this offseason, Mike. I mean, do you think that either of them could go?
I don't know. I wouldn't say they're expendable, but it should be an interesting preseason.
They could have been tradable, I think, mostly for draft picks if they wanted to go up. Like, Deng could have gone for Harrison Barnes of North Carolina, who went pretty high in the top 10 of the draft. But, I mean, really, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Deng is still Deng. I mean, he might be able to, and Noah's Noah, but Deng could still play another year without wrist surgery. I mean, you know the year is killed. And so you can either think of it, A, let's just have him play and just do the offseason, or B, just say, you know what, just have surgery and we'll think about it next year. Another topic, I mean, speaking of the Bulls, I mean, their bench, they really have no one under contract. I mean, they have Kirk Heinrich eventually, Taj Gibson. I mean, Ashik has been offered, offer sheet, $25 million by the Rockets. Bulls shouldn't match that. Korver, Brewer, C.J. Watson should be all gone. Any thoughts on the bench? Jason Kidd was a potential backup player, but with Heinrich, you kind of rule out guard, so it kind of has to be the forward position.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who they should pick up for their bench players.
Do you think the Bulls should match Omer Ashik's $25 million?
To the now. If they do, it just shows that Garpax is the monster of Gar Forman and John Paxson. They are not trustworthy then, because then if you were to do that, then you have no room for anyone else on the bench. And instead of the bench mob, it's the bench blob. I mean, that's really what it is.
And maybe we'll go after a guy like Joel Anthony. Because we need a backup center.
A cheap center, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So don't go after a sheep. Go for a cheap center. I mean, who cares? I mean, she can play defense. I mean, Tibbs is going to bag him, but it's probably not the wisest thing to do. Mike, any last thoughts on that topic?
They shouldn't keep a sheep, or they shouldn't try and match the Rockets' offer. He scores 4 points a game, and maybe a few offensive rebounds that the Bulls would get out anyway.
For Mike, Chris, and Austin, this is the Mac Show. Ciao.